As humans, we have survived by learning to live together and collaborate effectively, from as early as the days of hunting and gathering parties. We do things to fit in, to belong, to be accepted either at work, school, or in social circles. Even with family, we have a particular set of behaviours to ensure we fit in. But relationships are complicated things. We are often faced with a perceived set of expectations or conditions to maintain relationships or to belong to a group. Perhaps they are workplace expectations around dress code or behaviour. Perhaps there was a bully at school that you laughed with, so you weren't the next victim of their bullying. Perhaps you had to hide something about yourself from others because you were afraid that you might not be accepted, or even worse, be excluded. These are all things that probably each of us have experienced in some form throughout our life, modifying your behaviour or personality to fit in. I certainly did. You see, when I was born, I had a set of physical characteristics that gave everyone the impression that I was a boy. So that's how they treated me. There was a set of expectations I had to live with to fit in and pass as a male in the binary world that was presented to me. Those expectations invaded every part of my life, from my behaviour and connections in friendships, schooling, family and work. The world saw me as male and criticised me every time I stepped outside the gender norms that were expected of me. But somewhere along the line, I realised why those expectations never seemed quite right. And this is my reflection of that realisation. Every day a people pleaser, but people pleasing couldn't please her, so the dreams of the dreamer were removed from her demeanour. Learning who she was from others' expectations, completely unaware of the chronic reverberations, leading her to a shameful situation of transphobic internalisation. But her life was turned around when at last she finally found a realisation so profound that her belief would be rewound. It was to a word she did surrender, a word with courage at its centre. Becoming a fighter and defender, she has no choice. She is transgender. But as with the majority of the human race, acceptance takes place in a binary space, and the pressure to conform she refused to embrace. What a disgrace. Where is your makeup? Why haven't you shaved? Your eyebrows are bushy. You need to behave. Make yourself made to the path that we've paved. Follow the rules. Parade the crusade. The goal is to pass. That's what they all say. Live by the gender norms of the day. So she thought about that. And what a dismay. If you don't pass, then you fail. And that's not okay. She questioned and queried, but how can this be? To pass as a human in this false binary means giving up my truth and authenticity, to live in a world without gender diversity. I'm not a cis woman, she thought with a smile. I'm trans, and I'm proud. There is no denial that I lived the experience of man for a while. Wow, what a trial. She's not ashamed of what she's been through. She survived, she grew, and faced the taboo. With the view of her self-reflection renewed, there's so much more to gender than a girl and a dude. So she doesn't pass. That's cool. She's glad to be known as the trans woman she is, no need to atone. Her visibility and honesty deliberately shown, so the closeted unknown don't feel alone. Let's celebrate our differences, not shame into line. Amazing individuals brave enough to define their gender identity uniquely refined with sublime authenticity in body and mind. Society benefits when we are all set free to be the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. Cis boys and girls, trans and non-binary, we all pass as humans. That's life's guarantee. So if you find yourself questioning if you are enough to pass in whichever identity the world you belong, remember, we all pass as humans. And we are all responsible for breaking down those expectations that restrict one another, cis or gender diverse, from living our authentic, individual, and best lives.